kick off a new series called Let's Talk NAAT. I'm Lauren Canterbury, and this is Lindley Davis. Today, we will be hearing from one of our newest terminals, Reisor. I'd love to welcome our terminal manager, LaShay Cooper, and three of her amazing drivers, Andy Ward, Ricky Murray, and newest driver, Zach Johnson.
Hey, welcome to the call, you guys.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good morning.
Good morning. And we have Rick live from the driver's cab, the cab of the truck. So we're super pumped to have you guys, and thank you for making time. The first one ever. Let's jump right in. LaShay, you wear a lot of hats at Reisor. You do a lot of things. You're the one person in management there. Can you kind of tell us how you came to NAAT, how you came to your position, and what are some of the jobs you have to do on a daily basis?
Wow. Okay. So I started out at Active Transportation, the mid-90s. I was part of the Active and Jack Cooper merger around 2008, 2009, followed by the Allied acquisition. Fast forward to 2021. I applied for the position here at Reisor. But prior to that, my boss at the time, Gene Bieber, gave me the opportunity to be introduced to North American when it was acquired in 2019. So I spent my summer and early fall working at North American on the Pacific Northwest and down in San Bernardino, California. So when the opportunity came to apply for the job here, and knowing that Ricky Howard and Brian Walters were going to be in leadership in North American, it was a go for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Ricky and Brian, you can't get much better than that, can you?
They bring so much professionalism and so much knowledge to the job, and they are such great mentors. So, and here at Reisor, like you said, I wear a lot of hats. I am the terminal manager, first and foremost. I am quality and safety. I am the yard supervisor. I am the payroll liaison. I am the HR liaison. I am the customer service representative. So yeah, I wear a lot of hats.
That's awesome. Well, if there's anybody that can do it, it's you. So we're thankful for all that you do at Reisor.
Thank you.
So Ricky, what about you? Can you tell us about a little bit about what you do? We see that you're in the cab of the truck, so we have a pretty good understanding, but just tell us a little bit about what you do and how long you've been working for NAAT.
Of course, deliver cars. I enjoy doing what I do. I like the challenge. Been working for NAAT for approximately about a year now, but I used to work for Cooper here in Shreveport at the Reisor yard. And it seemed to be pretty exciting. She is a terrific terminal manager. The co-workers are an amazing group of guys. So we really work hand in hand. I enjoy it. It's a challenge. But I think the thing that I like most is the flexibility it gives us an opportunity to be home, spend time with our family, and make some pretty good money. The insurance is A1, so it's a no-brainer. If you get out and hustle, you can do pretty well.
That's awesome.
And Andy, what about you? How long have you been with North American?
I've been with North American for a year. Me and Ricky got hired on the same time. I was with Cooper for 22 years. Excuse me. I started in Shreveport in 99. They kind of fell off. I had to go to Arlington and work. And then I heard that North American was coming into the Reisor yard. And I know a few people, and I started researching and stuff. So talked to people and talked to my wife and everything. And I wanted to come home. And so I just came home, and it's great for me. Like Ricky said, you got to hustle to make money. Everything here is just great. I really enjoy working here.
That's awesome. Zach, what about you? You're the newest member of the Reisor team. So how long have you been at NAAT, and how did you come to start working here?
I believe this is my 10th day training, and I just kind of wanted to change of things. I was in the food industry for a while, driving trucks, and had an interview with LaShay, and I liked everything. She told me about the company, that on most nights you can be home, and you pretty much decide your work shift and pretty much your paycheck. And that I was interested in, and decided I would give my hat at trying tall cars.
That's awesome. Home time is so important these days, and it always has been. So I'm glad that you have the opportunity, and we're glad to have you on the team. So welcome, 10th day. You're already famous on a podcast and telling us. So we really appreciate your time. Yeah, so how do you like Carhauler so far? What do you think about it?
Well, I do like it. It's very challenging just compared to what I'm used to. There's so many different aspects of the job. I'm just used to hooking up a tractor trailer and checking connections. Here, there are about 100 times more connections you have to check, procedures. So it is challenging, and sometimes I feel a little in over my head, but I'm just going to take it day by day and just learn the best I can.
That's great. I'm sure Andy and Rick have a lot to teach you.
Help me out a lot.
That's awesome. Well, we want to start with talking a little bit about Carhauler and Reisor. So Andy, can you tell us a little bit about Reisor Terminal, like what kind of products you guys move and what someone could expect working as a driver at Carhauler or at Reisor?
Well, yeah, here we haul Chrysler product, we haul GM product. We do a 270 mile radius of Shreveport, and far as the oh my God, I lost the train of thought.
No, you're good. You're good. That's good. That's a great answer. I mean, you can basically, there's lots of different products there. Are you guys at a railhead, or what? Are you at a plant?
Yeah, we're at a railhead. We're at a railhead. Our stuff comes from plants and everything, and all our stuff comes from rail.
Awesome. That's great.
A lot of the terminals that service us are Lansing, Lake Orion, Fort Fairfax, and Claycomo. Those not Claycomo, but Fairfax, and I think there's another one in Kansas, right, Andy, that service this location. So when those plants are up and working, that product comes through here. And
yeah, Fairfax.
Yeah, we got Fairfax. I'm sorry, we got Winsfield. We got Pontiac. I'm not Pontiac. Flint. We got Fort Wayne. We have then we have our Canada product to come through.
yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mexico.
Great. Okay, so this question is for you, LaShay. Can you tell us a little bit about your favorite part of your job?
The favorite part of my job is I have a core group of people that make sure that I'm okay, because they understand the operation, and they look out for me so much. If there's 1,000 units on the ground, they say, hey, we got to get in there and we've got to do what we got to do to make sure that the cars get hauled. If I got to be here till 6 or 7 o'clock at night, they make sure I go home, and say, stop thinking about this place, go home, get rest. We're going to be okay, because we have your back. And that's probably the favorite part of working here.
Awesome. You can't find that everywhere. It's great to have that.
I'm so sorry.
That community. No, don't apologize. That's great to have that community. That's why people come to work every day. So great. Rick, what about you?
Well, Shay is a super boss, and I think we more than honored to feel like we can step up and do what we can. to keep some of that pressure off of her. We do know that she wears a lot of hats, and it can be tough sometimes. You know, the car hauling industry is demanding. I think we try to do as much as we can to where it can kind of help relieve some of that stress off her. And then, you know, with her being from out of town, I'm quite sure home be on her mind a lot. I think me and the fellas, we able to go home and kind of, you know, let some of that steam off. But for Shay, we don't want her to take the pressures from the job home with her, because she, at this time, probably don't have anybody there to share that burden with. So we try to do the best we can to try to lift some of that off of her. But she's a great boss. There's some times that she can push, and they probably get up under our skin, me. but I understand why she's doing what she have to do, and it's nothing personal, it's business. So we all know that, and at times we can tell when it seems like it's troubling to her to have to push. But that's trucking. You know, sometimes you have guys that go hard in the paint, and you have some that don't. But for the most part, when she have to do the pushing, I know that's tough on her, because a lot of times she seems like she really don't want to do that, but she have to. And so I think there's a few of us that try to make sure that whereas somebody is slacking, or whatever the case may be, then the other guys try to step up and pick up that slack to kind of ease some of that on her, and also on each other as drivers.
That's great. I think that speaks to the community that you guys have in Reisor, but it also speaks to the community of car haul, because it is so different. And I know when you have someone like Zach who's in his first 10 days, he has the support of this amazing team to help him learn and get where he needs to go. So Andy, have you experienced that? And I know, how long have you been in car haul, and have you experienced that being in the industry of just that tight-knit community and being able to help other people who are newer?
Well, I'm the trainer, so I got Zach under my wing, and I just, you know, introduce what about the job, the do's and don'ts and stuff, and I tell him, you know, first and foremost, take your time, take it all in. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to, you know, get mad. You're going to want to quit. Like, is this really for me? But I try to tell them, you know, stick with it, stay with it. It's going to take time. And like Zach said, it's a puzzle. It's challenging, but if they stick with it and just, you know, don't hurry, they'll get it. It'll come to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Zach, have you had like a really challenging day and felt like you've overcome it, or you still feel like you're in the challenging days?
I feel like you know, I see brighter days ahead for sure. It's not like first day walking in. Andy, he is a good trainer. And Ricky, I've asked him a lot of questions. Everybody's been extremely helpful. I mean, I've had a million questions and nobody's turned me down or walked away. I've had nothing but support and help here. And I guess they're doing their best, trying to be a fast learner. But like I said, there is a lot that goes into this, and coming in without any knowledge of the car hauling, it can be overwhelming, but I have learned a lot since I've been here in only 10 days. So,
well, and I'm gonna say, like I tell him, when you cut you loose, if you have any questions, if there's a Jack Cooper driver here, we all help each other. You know, even though we're sister companies and all that. I said, if we're not here, always ask. Don't ever not ask a question. There's no stupid question in car hauling. Ask. Just always ask, you know, where I put, or where I need to go to unload. How do I get to this dealer? Always ask. The Cooper guys are just like us. We're all a family. We help each other out.
That's great.
It's great that you have that community. All right. So the next round, apologize. Okay. So everybody, it's time for the lightning round. And I'm not sure if any of you have seen some of our previous podcasts episodes, but we like to end our time together with a few questions that are more spur of the moment. And so I want you to answer with the first question that pops into your mind. So I'm just going to call on you and read you a question, and
Good luck.
what comes to mind. Yes, good luck, everyone. So this is going to be for Ricky. Ricky.
Oh, all right.
I'm going with you first. You look like you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Who is most likely to tell a dad joke at your terminal?
A dead joke or a dare joke?
Oh, dad.
Oh, a dad joke.
Dad joke.
No dead jokes. Let's just do that.
Dad joke. That's a good one. I probably would say,
Hey, Ricky, do they know you're a preacher?
I don't know, but I was going to say probably Shay.
Maybe it's Ricky. Is Ricky the one?
I'm glad she popped in the screen, but no, I don't. I think I'd have to say maybe Shay, but it wouldn't be anything out of place. It'd probably be more of a humor thing, but yeah, I'd probably say Shay.
Okay.
LaShay says it's Ricky.
No, it's actually Andy.
Hey, he's a close second. I thought Andy, but I said I'm gonna get us some Shay. But
Andy, you got a dad joke ready for us?
Oh, no, I do not.
Oh, darn.
Mine are not clean. I'll be honest with you. Mine are not clean.
Okay, we'll take your word for it.
All right, then LaShay wins that one. So Zach, what are you currently binge watching?
Binge watching at the moment. I don't watch much TV, but thankfully for my wife, I know all about the Kardashians and all the. So I'm really that right now.
All right.
That's great.
And Andy, what about you?
I don't watch TV. I haul cars. I work all the time, so I
Good
really don't.
answer, Andy.
I don't watch TV much.
What about your wife? What about Yo-Yo?
I don't see her much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because of your job, Andy.
He watches The Bachelor. When I just get out of I just do my own, go to my shop or do something, but that's her time. You cannot speak, you cannot say nothing.
Hey, don't knock The Bachelor before you watch it, okay? Give it a couple episodes and see what you think.
I have tried. It ain't for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So LaShay, if you could have dinner with one person, living or dead, who would it be?
I'll reserve the truthful answer. So it might be my grandfather. I would have dinner with him. I miss him. He passed away in 2016. He was part of my upbringing, having to help raise me. He ran a nonprofit back in Louisville, and from the time I could probably read, I helped out when I was younger. So I would probably have dinner with Grandpa.
Awesome.
It is. And Ricky, what about you?
TV show or?
I'm sorry, if you could have dinner with one person, living or dead, who would it be?
Living, my wife, of course. Dead. That's a good question, because there's quite a few people that been passed on that I have ate with that I wouldn't mind doing it again. So that's a pretty tough one there.
A big family dinner table of just have everyone. That would be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That's a good answer. Well, I will come back to LaShay for this one. The best restaurant within driving distance of Reisor.
Cafe LaShay.
Is that really the
Where's
name?
that?
That's at my house.
That's your house?
That's the way you do
Where
it.
is that? We haven't been there yet.
But no, so I don't get out much in Shreveport. But I will have to say there is, they do a lot of seafood, of course, down here in Louisiana. And there is a place like maybe 3 miles from here. It's called Jan's on the River, and they sell fish and stuff, mussels, steaks.
No.
This is very good. It is a good pick.
Yeah, it is. As soon as you walk
Andy-
in the door, they give you like a bowl of beans and hush puppies and coleslaw
What?
before you order anything. Yeah.
Okay, as a thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Nice. Andy, I know you have some good restaurants. What's a good one for you around the terminal?
I'm like Shay. I cook. I like to cook at home. But favorite restaurant, I would have to say, would be. There's several, but I'd say Superior Mexican restaurant. They're really good. Real good.
Mexican is my favorite food. I could eat tacos every single day for the rest of my life, and I would be happy. So
I'm really
next time I'm in
surprised.
Reisor, let's go.
Well, yeah. I mean, off the job, they have some awesome margaritas. Awesome.
Hey,
We'll talk
Andy
about that.
cooks Mexican food also?
I cook it all. I just cook it.
Okay, well, we just need to have a big old buffet or a feast or something.
He has a hibachi grill and a pizza oven.
Wow,
Ooh.
stop it. That's great.
All right. So, Ricky, moving on to you. What is the best thing about Reisor that you want people to know?
Best thing about Reisor. Number one, they in Shreveport, so I love being at home. The insurance again is A1, and then Shay is a great boss. So I always say if you got the three things, that's you can make money, have insurance, and home time, it's a win-win. And here in Reisor, you got all three in one.
That's awesome.
And Zach, within your first 10 days here, what is the best thing about Reisor you want people to know?
I would say that Ricky just nailed it right there. And that's what LaShay in our interview talked about, were those three things. And that was pretty much what drove me to this industry. Anytime that you can work hard during the day, but know that you're going to be at home with your family and be able to provide for them, and then plus the insurance, I mean, you really can't beat that. So I feel really lucky that this job came across, and hoping to be here for a long time.
And we're glad to have you.
Awesome.
So, Ricky, what are some words of wisdom you would give to a new hire?
I would tell them, look, the money is here. Carhauler, period, you can make some good money, upwards to 6 figures. But I normally tell them, don't chase the money. The money will chase you once you get it under your belt. It takes time. Kind of like Andy was saying, it takes time. They said that Carhauler is not truck driver. Carhauler is a different breed. So we don't consider ourselves truck drivers. We go by car haulers. Truck driver hold the steering wheel, open doors, but a car hauler, he's got to figure things out. He's got to watch out for overpasses, low trees, dips in driveways, railroad track crossings. He's got a lot. He got to keep his head on the swivel. So I think in the overall scope of it, when we learn it, get it down packed, most of the guys you talk to, they take this job with pride. Anytime, it's a damage, it hits them, I think, the hardest before it even gets to corporate, because we really take the job serious and with a lot of pride. So it's kind of like I don't want to say an ego thing or a boasting thing, but when you know you do your job and you do it well, that's like a pat on the back to yourself. I think for the most part, most of us guys probably started off in different industries. I did with tank, flatbed, low boy, reefer, and doubles. And they were okay, but it wasn't as challenging as car hauling. So I like I say, I tell a guy when he gets into this, if you take your time and let it come to you, don't try to rush it. You'll do fine, and the money will just start falling in place.
Ricky, you should join our recruiting team. Come on.
LaShay's not going to let us take him.
I know. Andy, as being a trainer, I know you give advice to new guys all the time, new guys and gals all the time. So what do you typically say? What's the piece of advice that you give people coming into Carhauler or even just to Reisor?
Well, I'd echo exactly what Ricky said. We're a different breed. Car hauling is our trade. Mm-hmm. No, and it's not for everybody. It's not. But far as a new person, like I tell Zach, like Ricky said, the money will come to you. Don't go out. Don't just think you're gonna make a whole bunch of money at first. You just got to take baby steps. You got to learn everything. Take your time, and it'll come. It'll come. It's just one of the learning curves, but it's a great job. And I have to say, going back to Shay, she, like Ricky said, she's an awesome boss. She don't treat us like she's the boss. We're all one team. Mm-hmm. She is our boss. We respect her as a boss, but she's a great person. She takes care of everybody. She goes out of her way to take care of everything, and that's number one at the Reisor. She takes care of her drivers. So that's what I tell the new guys. She is the go-to person. She is everything. You have any trouble, any problems, go to her. So I just had to throw that in. Sorry.
All right, LaShay.
I know. Go LaShay.
Yes. Hey.
You're gonna pay them after this, right?
Yeah, well, I'm a firm believer that you take care of what takes care of you. These guys really do take very good care of me by getting the work done. We are a team. Carhauler is a family. It doesn't matter what name is on the door. Actually, it kind of does, because Teamsters rock. So we are a team. We are a family, and we are a breed. We're gonna be there for one another through hard times and through the good times, but at the end of the day, the business is about hauling cars. Zach, I will tell you, there's no crying in Carhauler, so I'm sorry, I got a little emotional there. But yeah, it's the only thing I really know how to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to do anything else but haul cars.
That's awesome. You guys have been amazing. You have been awesome. We have loved getting to know you. We have loved hearing all your stories of how you came here. And we really love the lightning round because we just are able to ask a little bit more questions and get some off-the-cuff answers. So thank you for your time, but most importantly, thank you for all that you do. You guys make the NAAT Reisor team, and it sounds like you guys are more than just a team. You're a family and a community, and anyone coming in new to this team would be lucky and blessed to be part of it. So for anyone who's watching, if you're interested in joining the NAAT team, there's a link below that you can apply. You can come in and talk to LaShay, Andy, Zach, Rick, anybody on this call and see how it's going. But we offer great home time, great benefits, the best benefits in the industry, and the best pay. And you will be working for the best team on the planet. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching. And we can't wait to see you next time on Let's Talk NAAT.
Thank you for having us.